My team tells me that I should be doing more filming outdoors instead of in my depressing office with no windows. So here I am in the warehouse area behind our depressing office with no windows. We got like a sign company back there, and then the company next to us sells nails. But it's not extravagant, but it is where I like to work. And by the way, if you ever want to work for Holistiplan, don't worry, you don't have to work here. This is just something we signed up for before the pandemic when we had a small team. And since then, everyone works from home. So you can work from anywhere if you work for Holistiplan. I choose to work here because it's just a way to get away from the house. All right, I'm here to talk not about real estate, but about state taxes. Really, since we released the scenario analysis screen, people were asking for a way to estimate state taxes alongside federal taxes. So we started working on state taxes in the fall of 2020. In the summer of 2021, for those of you who were working with us then, you'll recall that we released the first version of all the state tax stuff. That was a beta, and so it was free to use because in beta you're kind of helping us test things out and figure things out. It's taken us a year, but now we're actually exiting beta for most of the states, not all of them. There's a group of them that are still in beta and therefore still free, but there's a whole number of them that are exiting beta right now. All the info you'd like to see on which states are in beta or out of beta, they're all on a new screen, and also the pricing is on that new screen. You can get to that screen through the firm admin if you are an admin for your firm, or on scenario analysis. There's going to be a link where you can get to this screen. It lists out all the states that are exiting beta. You can click on them to kind of see like where we're at on them, what we see as enhancements down the road, what are some of the things you need to think about when you're modeling those states within the system. But then you also see the pricing. The pricing is going to be $299 per year. If you sign up in October 2022, you'll get immediate $150 account credit. So that's like half off, right? The way it'll work is a little funky. It's been hard to explain to people, but essentially that first payment, or that first section of your state tax subscription is going to be prorated until when your normal subscription renews. So if you've only got a month until your renewal, it'll be 1/12 of $299. That's the immediate charge. If it's 6 months, it'll be half of $299, right? And remember though, there's $150 taken off of that due to that statement credit. So that's how it works. It's a little funky, but at the end of the day, what'll happen going forward is everything will renew at the same time. It will be your main subscription and then the $299 state subscription. They'll all renew at the same time rather than two things that are out of sync. If you have old scenarios where you've already done some stuff with state taxes, we didn't really want to hold that ransom. Like, you got to pay us to get to your old data. So those are all grandfathered in. So you'll see all the data that you've entered on old scenarios for states should still be there. You should still be able to kind of mess with those. It's just creating new ones. That's where that'll require a subscription. And again, there's some states that are still in beta. We're going to keep working to get those out of beta, but those will continue to be free to use because we're still kind of working through getting all those right. What's next? Well, yes, the improvements to get those other states out of beta, like there's still work to do there. But there's also the states that are out of beta today, there's still a lot of work to do with those, just like with federal. We're always making improvements, and now we're able to invest at a whole other level in making those improvements. I think really what you'll see, the critical difference you'll see is, so for example, one advisor wrote to us and said, hey, I hear you're exiting beta and I'm in Illinois. I think that was the state. And they were like, I know there are these 6 things in Illinois that I always have to enter for additions and subtractions. And right now, if you go to Illinois, you may not see all those things broken out into fields, separate fields. It's just going to be like additions and subtractions with an instruction that says, if it's one of these 6 things, put it here, or one of these other 6 things, put it here. We'll be able to work more on breaking some of those fields out so it's a little more user-friendly. So there's a lot of work to do there. We're looking forward to making the state tax piece that much more user-friendly, easier to navigate, especially if it's not the state you live in, because it's kind of harder to drop into a different state and know what the heck to do. And so that's really the key place where we can continue to improve the state tax work. And of course, just keeping up with it, because you got 43 states and they're always changing stuff, and just keeping up with the maintenance is a big thing too. One question I want to address is it fair to charge for state taxes? I believe it is. I think if you get value out of something, and I think people have told us that state tax calculations are something they find value, then I think it's something that we should be able to charge for. It's not like it's a big money-making cash grab for us. It'll be a tiny portion of our overall revenue, but it allows us to continue to invest in state taxes. And I would argue if this product is mission critical for you, then you want us to invest in these things. You don't want us to invest in the product on a shoestring. Maybe our office, you're okay with us investing zero actual money in, but like, you want us to invest in bringing Holistiplan forward, keeping it up to date, making it better. And so that's something that's why we charge for the software, right? And so I think it is fair to charge for it. I will say this, I know that some people were surprised by the fact that we went from free to not free. I think when you are in a free beta for so long, people start to assume that it will be free forever. And so I recognize that. I think we could have done that differently, done more updates on here's where we're at, here's what we expect, here's when we expect it to exit beta, that sort of thing. So we've definitely learned from that. And we have some new products we're working on right now that also will be kind of like new things that will require a separate subscription. And we'll do those differently. We're not going to like put them in a year-long beta where people kind of get used to it being part of their tech stack, part of their process, and then all of a sudden there's a charge for that. So I totally understand that, but just remember, I think that just the way your clients want you to invest in your business, you want us to invest in our product as well, and so that's why we charge for it. And it's up to you to decide if you get requisite value from what we charge for it, and if not, there's other products out there, and we'll do our best to try to make ourselves as valuable as we can be. So that's the update on state taxes. I really appreciate everyone who's helped us over the past 2 years really get those up and running. It's literally been a 2 full year journey. I remember starting working on it in the fall of 2020 and talking with people about it at the XYPN live conference. Is that possible? Yeah, it was a virtual conference then, and we talked to people about testing the new state. So it's been a 2 full year journey, and it's been with the help of a lot of people who supported us and believed in us. And so I really appreciate everyone who's been a part of that. I hope you find it useful. If there's anything we need to adjust on state taxes, anything we need to fix, tell us. We're here to fix things, make everything better for you. And best of luck with fourth quarter. I know it's a busy time for everyone, and I hope that the state tax module helps you deliver the best possible value to your clients this fall. Thanks.